O Lord, my God, I pray that these things never end. The sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart, the sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart.
Good evening. I am Stacy Science.
And I am Allie Rosenberg. We are the co-chairs of the Town of Newcastle Holocaust and Human Rights Committee, and we thank you, our community members and students, and our keynote speaker tonight, Faye Zippy Holland, for joining us tonight for our 6th annual Yom Hashoah Holocaust Remembrance Day ceremony. Yom Hashoah honors the memory of the 6 million Jewish victims and the millions of others who were murdered during the Holocaust. Tonight's program wouldn't have been possible without the dedication and hard work of our committee members, Anuja Joshi, Dina Lawrence, Eric Marmon, Holly Moskoff-Dweck, Solveig McShay, Tahel Noy, Pat Pollack, Rhonda Regan, Sarah Stern, and Harriet Zeller. We also want to thank the Newcastle Town Board for your ongoing support. And lastly, a huge thank you goes to Lisa Tizo, Victor Lucas, and Michelle Gregson for all they do to ensure our programs always run smoothly here at the Chappaqua.
Tonight, as we observe Yom HaShoah, we are witnessing an unprecedented level of Holocaust denial and anti-Semitic attacks. This resurgence of anti-Semitism is something we never thought we would see in our lifetime. Yet, we continue to have hope as the Horace Greeley students of Enough and the Seven Bridges students of Enough Junior work hard to bring awareness and education to our community about the dangers of hate and the importance of being an upstander. These students bring hope and light to our community and are helping to change our future.
Before we begin, we would like to recognize Michael Wimberg, who is here on behalf of Senator Harcum. My name is Lily Hupschman, and I am a member of Enough. It's now my honor to introduce Eva Weiner, who will give remarks on behalf of Governor Hochul.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Eva Weiner, and I'm here on behalf of Governor Kathy Hochul, proud to serve as her Deputy Director of Jewish Affairs to commemorate Yom HaShoah with all of you this evening. Each year on Yom HaShoah, I recite the names of the well over 100 documented members of my own family who were murdered during the Holocaust. I reflect on my grandmother's story as a child survivor at Bergen-Belsen. I think about how lucky I am to be alive right now. This year feels different. As we gather tonight to solemnly remember and honor the memory of the 6 million Jewish lives taken during our darkest chapter of human history, we must continue to reaffirm our commitment to never forget by ensuring that such horrors are never repeated. And yet, here we are in 2025, 80 years after the liberation of Auschwitz, confronting a global resurgence in anti-Semitism, most shockingly since October 7th. This is not acceptable. It is why our administration, under the leadership of Governor Hochul, is wholly committed to doing everything in our power to support and protect Jewish New Yorkers. Just weeks prior to October 7th, Governor Hochul led the nation in implementing the first statewide strategy to counter anti-Semitism. And it is why, immediately following the horrific Hamas attack, I traveled alongside the governor on a solidarity mission to Israel. The sights that I saw there, I will never be able to unsee. Since 2021, we have awarded over $131 million in grants to strengthen safety and security measures at houses of worship and other locations vulnerable to hate crimes. And it is why Governor Hochul made sure that people charged with hate crimes can no longer be released without bail. They'll be bail eligible. But we must also work to ensure that history doesn't repeat itself by ensuring that the Holocaust is taught in our schools. In 2022, the governor signed the Holocaust Education Bill to ensure that it was in fact being taught. And in last year's budget, New York State invested another $500,000 to review and update the curriculum on the Holocaust in education in the schools. And a few months back, we launched the Center for Educational Civil Discourse, hosting the first ever convening focused on anti-Semitism to ensure every New Yorker understands the sheer magnitude of the Holocaust and why anti-Semitism can never be normalized today. And this includes on our college campuses. Finally, I'm proud to present a proclamation to the Enough Club and the Town of Newcastle Holocaust and Human Rights Committee on behalf of Governor Hochul, who declared this past week as the Days of Remembrance here in New York State. Just to read a few short excerpts, I won't read the whole thing, but I will leave this with the organizers later, one for the three different committees. I have one for each of you, where it proclaims, whereas New York State joins to honor the victims and survivors of the Holocaust, whereas we must never allow the lessons of the Holocaust be lost to history, and with the horrific October 7th attacks and atrocities committed on Israeli soil, we again have witnessed malicious enemies of the Jewish people carry out unthinkable acts of violence and crimes against humanity, intent on destroying Jewish lives. In light of these hateful killings in their homeland, in subsequent forms of aggression and anti-Semitism, we reaffirm our solidarity and support for the worldwide Jewish community. And whereas New Yorkers share the hopes for an enduring peace, and we are committed to building bridges of understanding within our diverse society, with utter rejection of all forms of hatred, prejudice, and discrimination, we are committed to ensuring the world never tolerates crimes against humanity and acts of violence perpetrated upon the Jewish community, and that we always remember the struggles and triumphs of our Jewish ancestors who were lost and those who survived the Holocaust. I am proud to serve New York State, home to the largest Jewish community outside of Israel, and as the granddaughter and great-granddaughter of Holocaust survivors, this is a responsibility I do not take lightly. May we continue the legacy of courage, of standing up to evil, and to making sure the words never again truly mean something. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Ms. Weiner, for your remarks. We now invite Westchester County Legislator Vidat Ghashi for his remarks.
Good evening. We'll try that again. Good evening. I want to start by thanking Stacy Sines, Ali Rosenberg, the Newcastle Holocaust and Human Rights Committee, and the students of Enough for organizing this moving and important ceremony. We got bright lights in my face now, but while I was sitting there, I could tell you that this crowd is increasing every year and really is a testament to the work that you all are doing, and it's really a privilege to be here and to witness it. On this Yom HaShoah, we gather to remember and honor the 6 million Jews, Jewish lives lost in the Holocaust, and recognize all those who suffered under Nazi persecution. I'm deeply humbled to be here in the presence of Faye Zippy Holland, a survivor of a Siberian labor camp whose courage and testimony bear witness to an unimaginable horror and remarkable resistance. Faye's lifelong mission to educate others about the dangers of anti-Semitism remind us all of the responsibility to bear witness and to remember. As we mark Holocaust Remembrance Day, we honor not only those who perished, but also mourn the generations that were never born, the cultural legacies that were destroyed, and the communities that were wholly erased. The hatred and prejudice that fueled the Holocaust did not end with liberation, unfortunately. Today, we still confront anti-Semitism and other forms of bigotry in our communities and around the world. As someone who came to this country as a refugee, I deeply value America's tradition as a safe harbor for those fleeing persecution and violence. This is an important legacy and one that must be preserved and strengthened. The town of Newcastle's commitment to remembrance through this committee and today's ceremony demonstrates how local communities can stand united against hatred. And I thank you all again for being such a wonderful example for other communities. This really is a remarkable and good thing. We in Westchester County stand firmly against anti-Semitism and all forms of discrimination. We remain committed to educating future generations about the Holocaust so that never again becomes a reality rather than just a slogan. And, you know, it's been mentioned before, but bears mentioning again, we still stand in the shadow of the October 7th attacks. With so many innocent lives lost and hostages still in captivity, we must reaffirm our commitment to combating anti-Semitism in all its forms, and on this day of remembrance especially, stand in solidarity with those demanding the immediate release of all hostages. Bring them home now. May the memory of all those lives lost in the Holocaust be a blessing and a call to action for each of us to build a more just, compassionate world. Thank you.
Thank you, Westchester County Legislator Goshi, for your inspirational words and for joining us for this special ceremony tonight. It is now more important than ever to hear these stories and remember where such extreme hate leads. My name is Eva Millerman.
And my name is Jared Sines, and we are the co-presidents of the Enough Club at Horace Greeley High School. We'd like to recognize our club advisor, Helen Harrison, and the advisor for Enough Junior, Lori Lichtenstein. We would also like to recognize all the members of the Enough Club and the Enough Junior Club and thank them for all the support and work they do and the important work.
Yom HaShoah is about reflecting on the past and using those lessons to help create a better future. As students, we know that it is our responsibility to stand up and do what we can to create a community of understanding. The mission of our club, Enough, which stands for Educate Now on Understanding Genocide and Hate, is to empower students to stand up to all hate and to develop a community of acceptance through education and the understanding of people's differences.
As the next generation, we understand that we have a responsibility to listen to the witnesses of the Holocaust, retell their stories, and take action to educate each other. As Elie Wiesel reminds us, action is the only remedy to indifference. His words inspire us to continue our club's important work. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, my name is Solveig McShay. I've been a resident of Newcastle since 2009, and I'm a proud member of the Newcastle Holocaust and Human Rights Committee.
And my name is Sarah Stern. I'm a resident of Newcastle and a proud member of the Holocaust and Human Rights Committee.
The mission of our committee is to raise the level of awareness and promote education with the hope of creating a community of upstanders who will be each other's allies.
These students are not just the future. They are the architects of a better tomorrow. Raising children to be accepting is not just about teaching them to accept differences, but empowering them to be the change they wish to see in the world.
This is our 6th annual Holocaust and Human Rights Arts and Writing Contest. Once again, the submissions were outstanding. We are thrilled to announce that we received a record-breaking number of submissions this year.
The high quality of artwork and essays submitted is a credit not just to the children themselves, but to our schools, our community, and to their parents and guardians. Every child is a universe of potential, and our committee is proud to see our community helping to foster this potential.
We received artwork, poetry, and essays that conveyed students' emotional understanding of what survivors experienced during the Holocaust, how those experiences are relevant to today, and what it means to be an upstander.
The judging was based on creativity, style, originality, and thoughtfulness. While it sounds cliche, this was an extremely tough choice to determine the winners, as everything submitted reflected a high level of compassion, respect, and intelligence. This year, the committee was especially impressed by the thoughtfulness of the responses. Overall, they conveyed a sense of being deeply impacted by the testimonies of survivors, especially those they heard firsthand.
Please visit the Town of Newcastle webpage on mynewcastle.org to see the winning entries.
We will now announce the contest winners, starting with the high school essay category.
And as you hear your name, if you could come stand up here, we have a little something for you. And my apologies in advance if I do not pronounce anyone's name correctly. All right. So the winners of the high school essay contest are honorable mention, Jeremy Miles. That's it. Third place, we actually have a tie. Very exciting. We have Maya Caliphil and Maya Noy. And in second place, 10th grader Lily Harburger. We'll see you. And first place of the high school essay contest goes to 11th grader Dylan Solomon. Dylan's essay, titled From Reader to Witness, is a response to this question. As Rabbi Jonathan Sachs points out, history is information. Memory, by contrast, is part of identity. Memory is the past as present, as it lives on in me. It's a responsibility we all share. Reflect on Elie Wiesel's memories of his Holocaust experience in night. Consider your own experience of all night in a day and the importance of learning firsthand accounts of Holocaust survivors. What valuable lessons have you gained? What telling details resonated with you? How can reading memoirs such as Night help make the phrase never again a reality?
Hello, everyone. All right, here we go. All right. Dear Bella Nemes, I find myself writing to you today to share my experience while reading the book Night by Elie Wiesel. After sitting down with my stepmom while she told me your story about the Holocaust, it made me think about the similarities between your story and Elie Wiesel's story. My entire grade listened to Night being read out loud from start to finish, and ended up leaving a remarkable impression on me and my peers. The journey Wiesel went through to survive the Holocaust made us readers understand how much of a miracle it truly was. The experience of hearing Night out loud was like no other. Every emotion I felt that day seemed new to me. I consistently found myself trying to grasp what it was like to go through something like Wiesel did, and every time it made me sick. As Elie Wiesel narrates his gruesome experiences through the Holocaust, starting from his initial innocence to the realities of the concentration camps, he begins to engage in the truth behind the metaphorical phrase, the kingdom of night. Wiesel captures all of the darkness and despair with the lost humanity that characterized the Holocaust. He symbolizes the complete loss of humanity and moral values during that tragic period. The Kingdom of Night portrays a world where cruelty and suffering were normalized for the Jews, overshadowing any chance of hope or light to appear. Wiesel's descriptions of the horrors he witnessed in the concentration camps were truly unforgettable. As Wiesel first arrives at Auschwitz, he begins to notice his surroundings and sees a line of people who look to be waiting to be executed. He and his father were both quickly placed into that line. Throughout Wiesel's journey in the Holocaust, he comes across the hanging of a young boy in the camp. This gave Wiesel a sense of dehumanization that was found inside these concentration camps. Wiesel's language, which he chose to explain in his trauma, which he uses to explain his trauma, helps capture the physical and mental suffering for those in the Holocaust, for those that in the Holocaust went through. After the death of Wiesel's father, he says, "No prayers were said over his tomb, no candle lit in his memory. His last word had been my name. He had called out to me, and I had not answered. I did not weep, and it pained me that I could not weep, but I was out of tears." Wiesel's main purpose, which was to try and outlive the Holocaust, was due to his father, and now that his father is gone, he feels like he has no purpose in trying to survive. I remained in Buchenwald until April 11th. I shall not describe my life during that period. It no longer mattered. Since my father's death, nothing mattered to me anymore. Without Wiesel's father around, he felt as if he was unworthy. He spent the rest of his days in Auschwitz in total idleness. He no longer thought about his mother or father because it would only bring him sadness. Now, as I begin to research your story and grasp a better understanding of what you went through, I continued to find similarities that mirrored your life and Ellie Wiesel's. Allie explained to me step by step the terrors and struggles you had to go through, and I couldn't help but think of how similar your story was to Wiesel's. Your story, beginning at Transylvania at the age of 15, when you were taken away from your family and put in concentration camps, is parallel to Wiesel's experiences of being separated from his loved ones at the camps. As I immersed myself in learning about your journey and gaining a better understanding of the challenges you faced, I realized that I had become a witness to not just one, but two incredibly powerful stories that have affected me in a way I did not know was possible. Hearing the challenges you faced and reading Wiesel's account of surviving the Holocaust, reading Wiesel's account of surviving the Holocaust has made me rethink my understanding of resilience and human capability. I think to myself how hard things must have been for you during your time at Auschwitz, while also thinking to myself how nothing could ever be comparable to what you went through. My exploration of Elie Wiesel's night and Bella Nema's experiences have led to a clear shift in my understanding of human resilience and the realities of the Holocaust. Wiesel's capability of storytelling takes readers on a journey from innocence to the depths of despair within the concentration camps. Along your story, you provided me with another layer of complexity, showing me the true strength and perseverance that was required to navigate through such horrors. Both of these stories have served as key reminders of the importance of bearing witness to history's deepest and darkest moments, while also honoring those who went through these intolerable experiences. As time continues to pass, we are left with fewer and fewer Holocaust survivors, which makes each conversation and story incredibly valuable. Our generation has a crucial role to play in listening to survivors, understanding their experiences, and passing down their stories. As we bear witness to history, we must promise to keep the stories of survivors alive, ensuring that their voices are never forgotten and their legacy remains for generations to come. Thank you.
I am now going to announce the winners of the high school art contest. Honorable mention, 10th grader Olivia Regan. Third place, 11th grader Caitlin Bikey. Second place, 10th grader Daphne Schvill. And the first place winner of the high school art contest goes to Maya Siropinas. We now invite Maya to show her artwork and read her artist's statement.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry. When I think of the Holocaust, I think of how it started. That It was so little, so fast. Just a few people. Then slowly, more and more, it became a worldwide travesty that we talk about 93 years later. I made this 7 inches by 10 inches because I think by having it big shows the monstrosities and great impacts. I added people with very minimalistic faces to show how in the Holocaust, Jewish people were treated as nameless, faceless individuals. On one side of the pot, I started slowly with just having 1 or 2, but then as I turn the vase, it grows more and more, showing how quickly it can all escalate. Thank you.
Let's see. All right. The winners of the middle school essay contest are honorable mention, Seven Bridges 7th grader Mariana Gashu. Third base, Bell 6th grader Rashawn Kishore. Second place, Seven Bridges 7th grader Nolan Kim. And first place of the middle school essay contest goes to Bell 6th grader Thomas Peterson. So there it is. Thomas' essay titled The Odd Couple is a response to this question: what does it mean to be an upstander? Describe the importance of an individual who was an upstander during the Holocaust, and what can we learn from this person's actions today? Some examples of upstanders during the Holocaust are Oskar Schindler, Nicholas Winton, Shun Sugihara, Raoul Wallenberg, Irina Sandler, Jana Miepkes. How can you be an upstander? What is an issue you have witnessed that motivated you or motivates you to be an upstander?
Kurt Schutz was an upstander in the Holocaust. He was also a Nazi. Even though I'm an average 6th grader, I'm pretty much the only one who knows the story. It's complicated, but I'll do my best to explain it. My great-grandfather, Martin Schmetterling, was a doctor training in Vienna when the Germans invaded. They figured out he was Jewish and took him to an armory. How do I know this? As I was going through my grandmother's filing cabinet, I found a copy of family history written by Martin. In it, he talks about some of the horrible things that happened at the armory. We had to stand to attention every time the SS men came into the room. One of them would look around, then point to one of us to follow them. Screams and shots outside the room told the story. Once, they made Martin clean dirt from the floor with a knife. Martin said that the stress from all of this made him wish that they would get it over with, take me, and destroy me. One of the SS men at the armory was Kurt Schutz. Martin and Kurt had been friends at medical school. Even though Martin was Jewish and Kurt wore a swastika behind his collar, Martin says that he thinks they got along because they were both going to have trouble finding jobs after school. Martin because he was Jewish, and Kurt because he was not allowed to be a Nazi at this time in Austria. After about a week in the armory, Martin's name was called. He thought this was going to be his final hour alive. The SS took him to a small room. What Martin didn't know was that Kurt was trying to be helpful to an old pal. After a while, they brought Kurt into the room. Martin can describe what happened next even better than I could. When Schutz entered, he was yelled at by my inquisitor. He was asked heatedly what the bribe was to vouch for a Jew. Schutz acted in rage, yelled back, and called the SS officer a fat German pig. The German pulled his revolver, threatening to kill us both. Other SS men stormed in to restrain him. Right after that, Martin was released through a side door of the armory. I think about all the things that wouldn't have happened without Kurt. One example is I wouldn't be alive. Also, Martin wouldn't have moved to Rome, New York, where he worked as a doctor and helped many poor people. Martin looked for Kurt after the war to thank him. It took him 2 years until he learned that Kurt had died during the war on the Russian front. If Martin had written Kurt's story at all of this would be forgotten. But sometimes I can't help but remember that Kurt was a Nazi. It's hard to comprehend a person of such goodness in them, but also such evil. Like I said before, it's complicated. Thank you.
And now for the winners of the middle school art contest. For honorable mention, we have 3 Seven Bridges 5th graders, Jason Anabi, Sammy Mann, and Alina Zhang. Third place goes to Bell 8th grader Sebastian Welch. Second place goes to Bell 8th grader Scarlett Lopez Francisco. And the first place winner of the middle school art contest goes to Bell 8th grader Lee Mai Tran. Yep. Oh, do you have one? We invite Lee Mai to read her artist statement.
I'd like to thank the Enough Club and the Holocaust and Human Rights Committee of Newcastle for offering me and other contestants the opportunity to share our work commemorating this period in history. I've titled my illustration, Capture of Annie Frank. Her hiding area is tinted in dull colors to represent the inhumane and unacceptable practices of the Holocaust and the lengths that some had to go to survive. The foreboding shadows of Nazi soldiers are visible as well. And I've pictured Annie Frank clutching her diary, which is one of the most acclaimed accounts of World War II and the Holocaust. She is bathed in monochromatic light to represent her heart-achingly unfortunate fate. However, her diary remains and is the only symbol colored vibrantly to symbolize the light that Annie Frank's account has shed on this time in history and how we can continue to remember the lives lost in the Holocaust through the stories of survivors. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
Should I show my book?
We invite everyone to go to our to the Newcastle Holocaust and Human Rights webpage, where the artwork will be displayed.
I am Leo Levin, and this is Phoebe Rosenberg. We are members of the Enough Club at Horace Greeley and the Enough Junior Club at Seven Bridges. Faye Holland, known as Zippy, is a mother, grandmother, philanthropist, public speaker, and Holocaust survivor who has dedicated her life to combating anti-Semitism. Faye was recently featured in the powerful Live to Tell project, which celebrated Holocaust survivors by displaying their portraits on iconic landmarks across New York City.
In addition to her speaking engagements, she is the producer of the film Colleyville, which portrays the harrowing 2022 hostage crisis involving a rabbi and 3 congregants in Texas. Miss Holland has written her memoirs in the book My Treasure Chest from Siberia to Miami, with many stops along the way. Now, it is our honor to introduce tonight's keynote speaker, Holocaust survivor Faye Zippy Holland.
I'm just going to look at my notes. Yeah. Okay. Oh, these lights are very bright. No, it's not good. I'm going to stand over here because I can't see you. I like to see the faces of the people I speak with, and then I know what I have to say. So, first of all, thank you. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me to speak to you. There's no time for this, please. And I want to thank, besides the committee and all of you for coming, I want to thank my children, Sharon and my grandchildren, Evan, Zachary, and Nikki, Adina and Jeff, Justin and Tyler, my grandchildren. They are the reason I get up every morning now, because I didn't want to get up anymore. It's not the world that I want to see again. I was born in 1940 in Siberia, in the gulags, in a work camp. My parents were from Poland in Lodz. They were born, they were married in 1938. The war started already to come. Germany was coming already to Poland. And my father was taken to the Polish army. My father was very wealthy. He was a textile factory. We had a lodge with a big house and a lot of tenants. My mother came from a very religious family. My grandfather spoke 5 languages and worked for the government, for City Hall, translating papers for people for 5 languages. You're talking in the 1920s, which was really rare for a Jew. My grandmother had a bakery, and in 1939, a year after my parents got married, the Germans came and my father was drafted to the Polish army, and he got wounded. And my mother heard about it because at that time there was still a way of getting, there was still, communications. And she heard about it and she said she has to go find my father because he was wounded. My grandparents didn't want her to go by herself, so they sent my small aunt, my little aunt Paula, with her. And they finally arrived where my father was located, which was on the border of Russia. Now the war broke out and there was no way to go back. They had to either go back to Poland somehow or go into Russia. And they were sent to Siberia, the gulags. That's where all the prisoners and all the murderers and everybody else was sent to. And so was my mother, my father, and my aunt. 1940, July, I'm going to be 85 this July. I don't know how, but it's a long, long time from Siberia. So I was born on July 27, 1940 in Siberia, which was called, as the house is called a Zemlanka, which is a half built underground and a half above ground because in the winter it's warm, in the summer it's cool. And of course there was no food. There was no milk. I don't drink milk till today because I never had the taste of it when I was a baby. And I didn't walk until I was 2 years old because there was nothing to eat. My mother worked in a factory and she would steal pieces of cloth and she would make blouses or kerchiefs or something, and then they would give her little, at that time there were little pieces of sugar. So she would put it in a piece of cloth, and I would suck on it, and that's why my teeth are very bad. And because they were afraid, I was so weak. So I never laid on my side because I might choke, or on my stomach because I might choke. So they put me on my back, and I have a flat head. That's why my hair is short, and it always goes like that, so you don't see my flat head. A little humor, because otherwise I want to cry all the time. And I have no more tears. I am all dried up because I never thought that I have 5 grandchildren. My youngest one, Tyler, is here. I have Evan, who is 34. I have twins, Nikki and Zach, who are 28, I think, right? My daughter is here. And I have Justin, who is not here, who got engaged. So my first grandson got engaged. And Tyler, my baby, was sitting right there. My baby went to Duke University, which is another thing. So that's another thing. So I realized we are the people of the book. Do you know why they hate us so much? Because we are knowledgeable. We always believe in education. We don't follow other people. We make the laws. We are Jews. We were born Jews. We're going to die Jews. And we are proud of being Jews. When somebody says, thank you, when somebody says about stepping in somebody else's shoes, and I'm saying, I was in those shoes. I was in the Inquisition. I was in the programs. I was in the Holocaust. I was in, what was last year? 2 years ago? October 7th. I'm done. What are you doing? What is going on? You are destroying the world. We are on the way to World War III. I don't want to see that. I want by young people to fight. Don't be a stand-byer. Because when you stand by, it's like, I remember there was a Spanish professor that said, I read a lot because I came here, like I said, English is my sixth language. So I came here, my English was very bad. I said, I have to learn. And I read and I read and I read, and I read somewhere, there was a Spanish professor or somebody, and he said like that, first they came and they took the gypsies. And I stood by. Then they came and they took, and I was standing by, and I was standing. Then they came and they took me, and there was nobody left to stand by me. And this is what I'm saying now. Stand up. Stand up, say, I'm a Jew, I'm a proud Jew, I was a born Jew, I'll be a Jew. Israel must survive, because this is what they're talking about, the Holocaust. They're saying one thing that came out good from the Holocaust is that we have the state of Israel. What? If we had the state of Israel, there wouldn't be a Holocaust. Come on, don't you understand that? I mean, we are living in a country that has it all. We are comfortable. We have everything we need. And we are sitting back and relaxing. What are we waiting for? Pearl Harbor? It's here. We got to send our young people a message. You change the world. It's too late for me. I'm too old. I can't do it anymore. I have no tears to cry, and I have no strength. I ask you, the young generation, stand up, change the world, or we're not going to have a world to see anymore. It's going to be World War III, and everybody's going to go poof. You're talking about anti-Semitism. I don't know if you know, but Semites are the Arabs also. They are our cousins. So anti-what are you? Anti-love? Anti-freedom? Anti-human rights? Imagine you are home, your neighbors, people in the supermarket, people in the hospitals, are Arabs. It's okay. I mean, they're good and bad in every religion and in every community. And one day, the same people that you work with, or you buy things from, or you are in the hospital with, knock on your door, and what do? They mutilize you, they burn you, they kill you, they take everything that you have, and it's okay? Would you stand for it? No. So please, I have a small message, a very small message. Stand up against this complete, awful, I don't even know what to call it anymore. I'm looking at animals. An animal doesn't attack you unless you attack them or they're hungry. What do they want from us? What is it that we did that we deserve such inhumanity, such butchery, such complete, not animalistic, because I'm saying animals are better than us. What? Because we are Jewish? Because we created ways. We are good in philosophy. We have all the best education in the world. In Israel, we have the best schools, the best technology. Who created ways? The Israelis. How would you find your way now without ways? I mean, I don't know how to drive. If I don't put the ways on, it takes me the wrong direction. So now, it's not good, because we are two. We are two what? We are the ones that are supporting the world. We are sending our kids to the best colleges. My grandchildren, and I have 5, God bless them, from University of Pennsylvania, from Dartmouth, to what did you go to, Tyler? Duke University, University of Pennsylvania, Michigan University. I worked my life, and my husband and I, we came with $10 to this country in 1961. My husband didn't speak a word of English. I had some English because I learned in Israel. We built from $10, we had $20 in our pockets. We built an empire. My husband, may he rest in peace, did not speak one word of English and didn't have a profession. The Twin Towers, the Memorial Building, if you go there, The sprinkler system, why does the water not freeze in the winter? Because my husband built 7 stories all the way down underground, so it's not going to freeze, it's not going to this, it's not going to that. This is a man who came from Poland to Israel at the age of 17, no language, no profession, no nothing. Came to America, I was 20, he was 23. No English, no profession, no nothing. Taught himself 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. He learned the language, he learned estimating. He built an empire. He had 150 people working for him all over New York. Every building you're going to see, he's the one that did all the heating, air conditioning, and sprinkler system. What? And we are sitting here and we are complaining about what? We have everything. So all I'm asking is one thing. Please remember, it's a privilege to live in this country because we have the freedom that no other country has. We have everything we can dream of, but we are sitting lazy. We are not doing nothing. We are waiting. What are we waiting for? Until they come and get us? Stand up. The young generation, I ask you to take the torch. I am too tired and too old, and I've had it. If I have another few years left, I hope so. But I'm too tired to work on this anymore. But I ask you, stand up for hate. Be accountable. Don't just sit back and say, it's not my business, it doesn't touch me, it's not me yet. Hineni. All these things. You are responsible because you can change it. You can bring the world into peace. You can say, we had enough, and then Europe is gone. So what's next? So get together with the whole country or the whole world, slowly by slowly, send the message over and over and over. Make an army of good. Make an army of peace. Make an army of, we're going to have another generations to come after us. Good night and good luck. Like Jen Horace said, thank you. I didn't even look at my papers.
Mrs. Holland, thank you for sharing your incredible story with us this evening. We are now witnesses of your story and will never forget.
We now invite Miss Holland, Miss Lichtenstein, the Enough Club members, and the Enough Junior Club members to join us to light the memorial candles.
Tonight we will light 7 candles. We light 6 candles in memory of Miss Holland's family and the 6 million Jews who were persecuted and murdered simply because of who they were and what they believed.
Oh, 1 second. I'm sorry, I have to say one more thing. Well, she just reminded me, that was in my notes, but I didn't look. When they say 6 million, it's a mistake. We could have been now 60 million. Remember that, because we lost 6 million, but they would have been here today. Everybody would have 2, 3, or 4, 5 children. We would be 60 million.
We light a 7th candle in memory of the millions of other groups of men, women, and children who were discriminated against by the Nazis and who perished by their hands. The Roma and Sinti, the LGBTQ+ community, the disabled, and all those who dare to oppose Nazism.
Let me bring you to the candles. Oh, I want to go to the candles.
you have just regular matches? Everything is new. Anybody smoke cigarettes has a badge? That will be much easier than that. Here it's gone. I can't even do that. No, it's working, but you can. Well, I want one.
You want one?
Yeah, of course. I don't know if I can do it, but to light it for me.
Wait, push this up and push this down at the same time.
I see. Well, still, no, wait, maybe like that. No, it's hard. Just open, do it for me and I'll see, it doesn't work. It's gone. So it wasn't me. Okay.
At this time, we would like to welcome Rabbi Brousseau and Rabbi Jaffe, who will lead us in the Mourner's Kaddish.
We're going to read for the special Kaddish for Yom HaShoah. So before all following along, realize between the two of us, we'll both be including the liturgy and the names of the various camps. I'd like to ask you if you're able to please rise at this time. In loving memory, Yitgadal,
Auschwitz,
V'Yitgadash,
Łódź,
Shmei Rabbah,
Ponar,
Ba'amad Yivrach Rutei,
Babi Yar,
Vayamlich Malchutei,
Majdanek,
B'chayachon Uv'Yemechayon,
Birkenau,
Uv'chayei Dechol Beit Yisrael,
Kovno,
Ba'agala Uzman Kariv,
Janowska,
V'imru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Leolam Umei Amaya, Yitbarach V'yishtabach,
Theresienstadt,
V'yitpa'ar V'yitramam,
Buchenwald,
V'yitnaseh V'yithadar,
Treblinka,
V'yitaleh V'yitalal,
Vilna,
Shmei Dekudesha,
Bergen-Belsen,
B'richu, Le'ela,
Mauthausen,
Min Kol Birchata V'shirata,
Dachau,
Tushbechata V'nechamata,
Minsk,
Da'amiran Be'alma,
Warsaw,
V'imru.
Amen.
Please join us. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chaim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru. Amen.
Oseh Shalom B'mramav, Hu Yaseh Shalom, Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Rabbi Brousseau and Rabbi Jaffe. We now invite Cantor Ezring to sing Ani Memin.
Please be seated. Please be seated. Ani ma'amin, ani ma'amin, ani ma'amin, ani ma'amin. Be'emunah shlema, Be'emunah shlema, Beviat HaMashiach, בביאת המשיח אני מאמין, ואף על פי שיתממע עם כל זה אני מאמין, ואף על פי שיתממע עם כל זה אני מאמין, עם כל זה אחכה לו בכל יום שיבוא. אני מאמין, אני מאמין, אני מאמין, אני מאמין.
Thank you, Cantor Ezring, for that beautiful song. Before we conclude tonight's program, we want to share that the Enough Club will be bringing our annual speaker against hate to Greeley students this Thursday morning during the club period. This year's speaker is Maziar Bahari, an Iranian-Canadian journalist and the first Muslim filmmaker to make a movie about the Holocaust. Mr. Bahari, who was imprisoned in solitary confinement for We thank everyone for joining us tonight. Your participation ensures that the world and our community will never forget. We now ask you to stand up if you are able to and turn your cell phone flashlight on.
Lift your cell phone flashlight high in the air. The light represents our survivors and the next generation that is helping to create a better future. Please repeat after me. We will never forget.
We will never forget. May the one who grants peace in the high heavens grant peace to us and to Israel, and together we say, Amen. Oh, say shalom, bimromav, say shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imeru, amen, amen.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו Amen.
Let's lift ourselves up, lift our voices. Please join us as we sing our song of peace and hope.
Oh, say shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen, amen. Ose shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al al kol Yisrael ve'imeru Amen.
Now, I invite Newcastle Town Supervisor Victoria Tipp to share some concluding remarks. We thank you for joining us tonight to remember.
Good evening, everyone. I want to thank the members of the Enough Club, Ava Middleman and Jared Seance, who are the co-chairs, and the members of the Enough Club Junior, and also the Holocaust and Human Rights Committee members and co-chairs Stacy Seance and Alexandra Rosenberg. Without you, programs like this would not be possible. Your efforts have been consistent, thoughtful, and impactful. Thank you especially to Faye Holland. Your story is very, very important to remember. And your childhood experiences must have been so jarring and I know, of course, have affected your entire life. And as Holocaust survivors come up in time, the stories that we hear are stories of children. And the fact that you're witnessing what you're seeing today makes it absolutely more poignant. And I just want to say that you remind us that hope is not passive. Your call to action today has been so poignant and so moving, really. And your call to young people to stand up shows us what hope is, what resilience is, and what it means to carry on in our lives and to fight hate wherever we see it. So I thank you so much for that and for your heartfelt testament to us today. And thank you to the audience. I'm so proud of our town, and I'm proud to be a supervisor where so many people care about showing up for one another. So I thank the entire audience here today and to all those who are listening at home for being part of this. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you.